welcome
Gotta
once
sit
again.
closer.
Yep, gotta sit closer. Hello, welcome once again to State of the Multiverse. This is our community stream that we do monthly, although I think it's only been 3 weeks since the last one, because we did the last one late.
Oh, no, I wasn't here in the last one, so.
Or the one before that.
Yeah.
So I told him today he was coming or I was going to animate his corpse, and then it was beast speaking. Well, hello everybody. Hello James, always first on the draw lately. Dapping for life. Right? And hello Delian, good to see you. Welcome Games, good to see you too. And thanks so much for the raid, Harold. Good to see you.
Moonflower, welcome. DM Stretch, welcome. Harold, of course, welcome.
Lapin assemble for battle is his response, you see. That is what LA4B stands for, which I think is cool. If I look weird today, it's because my mouth is still partially frozen. I had some
If I look weird today, it's because I look weird every day.
Well, he does kind of look weird every day, I'm just saying, but, you know, it's all good.
Ophelia, yeah.
I'm recommending, Oh, okay. DM Stretch says, if you want an awesome film to watch, Ophelia. It's Shakespeare's Hamlet, but told from Ophelia's point of view. And you don't have to explain to me that that's his lover.
Yeah.
I know me some Shakespeare. I like Shakespeare. Right. She's played by Daisy Ridley, who played Rey in Disney Star Wars. I love the film. That's
I used to own fingerless leather gloves, Moonflower. What do you need to know?
Does anyone know of a good online turn-based military game? Asked James. The last one that I played was Command and Conquer, so I'm a little out of the loop here.
No, they're not tight. They fit reasonably snugly, but they're not tight.
Yeah, they can be. They can be if you want them to be, but most of the ones I've seen are a little bit loose, and they come to just about the knuckle there. Yeah. And you're welcome. Yeah, that sounds like a writing question. It's good to know these things. Stretch says, trust me, in snow they are cold, especially when they get wet. Yes. Yes, they are.
Block any heat in.
They make, like, fingerless yarn gloves now so that you can still work your cell phone, which I suppose is better than no gloves at all. Oh, your mom?
Hello? Yeah, who is this?
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, I Dr. Trauma. Sorry about that.
Okay, I might be wrong. It sounds like he's going to be a minute or two now, so I will just carry on. Um, yeah, Stretch was in before James, just didn't type anything. That's cool. Yeah, James is on it. James is on it. All right, so let's see what is going on. Well, World Ember is behind us, and Game of Tomes is behind us, and so I am now in the process of catching up on all the correspondence that I didn't get done during that time. You may have noticed that I haven't been active in the World Anvil Discord in a while, or various other discords, even my own, and that's because I was kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff that was going on with both Game of Tomes and World Ember, and it usually takes me a couple of weeks to recover, so that's kind of how January tends to work for me. But I'm getting caught up. Thanks to the new addition of being able to pin your notifications in World Anvil, if you would like to keep them, I am now catching up on that. I'm looking back and I see that I have stuff I haven't responded to since summer camp. So I'm currently trying to catch up on all of that. So if you left me a comment and I didn't reply, expect one in the next week or so. I expect I will probably get caught up with that. Right? James says, Siobhan and Sable, I have an alarm up for 5 minutes before the stream starts and hang around in the background with chat up and waiting for Sable to go live. That's why I'm awesome first. That is awesome. I really appreciate that kind of support, James. It makes me feel good to know that, somebody out there is like really eager and ready to go. Speaking of which, there will be a full Diane Actually Writes today. Right when this is done, the stream will go down for a couple of minutes. It'll go back up with the Diane Wright stuff set up, and we will go for a full 3 hours. So that will start at 3 p.m. GMT, 3 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. GMT, and it will go for 3 hours, so 6 o'clock PST, which is what? 3 hours after that, 2 a.m. GMT. So there will be a full 3 hours of Diane Actually Writes today. I need to get shit done. So, yeah, I was just talking about what we've been doing over the past couple of days. The fact that I've been catching up on correspondence, so that's been a big focus over the past bit. I'm also getting caught up in editing. I owe Artie an edit for his introductory story to his Hummelverse world, the Tanking League, and I neglected it over the past couple of months, but I am back on it now. I am also doing an edit for Natalia for the collection of shorts that she's going to put out in May, I believe it is, so don't miss that, Natalia Books. And in return, she is going to do a translation for me into Dutch of Showdown. So that is going to be really appreciated. And I already have a German translation of Showdown, which Artie did for me, but I figure it's only right that I don't put it out until I have done my part, right? So I'm sitting on it until I've done the edit. I'm also going to be editing Blood of the Moon. That's the 4th book in the Runespell series by Sarah Berman, aka Author Goddess, which I'm very excited about. And in return, she is going to do an edit of A Few Good Elves for me. So things are moving along as far as that goes. And you may not see a lot of stuff directly produced over the next little while, but this is all the cleanup shit that has to be done. Right? And it's important before you can release things. So I'm working on that. Let's see. Yeah, Siobhan, apologize for no stream this morning. I understand you had a migraine. So that's cool, yeah. Siobhan. You can't stream when you have a migraine. It's just not going to work. Yeah. Author Goddess usually streams before Siobhan. Oh, thank you for the follow, Blue586. I'll just call you Blue if you don't mind, but welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you before, so thanks for checking it out. If you're a lurker... Oh, that's great. Okay, I'll read that in just a sec. But if you're a lurker and you've been around before, then you already know. But if you haven't, then we do writing and tabletop RPG content here. Erin does Ask an Old GM on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I do writing and world building related streams on Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
I do writing stream Friday morning, actually, but Thursday night.
And
tonight,
Saturday afternoon.
And Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and then we have our game, which we run in Pathfinder 1st Edition, which takes place in our Toy Soldier Saga universe on Sunday nights. So, yeah. And what you said was hilarious. Blue says, just a warning for you this Christmas, if a fat man in a red suit comes to pick you up, know that it's because you're on my wish list. That's hilarious. I love it. That sounds awesome, says Blue. Well, something happening every day. I think the schedule's up to date, so definitely, check it out. Okay, so another big thing that's going on, for those who just kind of check in with this stream monthly to see what's happening, the big news is I am part of a planning committee that is going to be organizing an online writers conference. We're calling it Writers Conduit. Here is the linky thing so that you can check it out. It's going to all be on Twitch, at least this year. We didn't put Twitch in the name because A, Twitch has very strict rules about what they want their name associated with, and B, we wanted the freedom to use other platforms in the future if we decided to. But basically, it's put together by a bunch of Twitch writing streamers. And we are looking for people to give us panel ideas, be on a panel, maybe do presentations. Like if you've got a book release coming up this year, there's space for that. You can have a book release party, right? Let us know. Oh, thank you for the Hail Hydrate.
Well. Hail Hydrate.
Thanks, Moonflower. I appreciate it. As you see, my voice is a little bit better today because they drilled out the infected tooth. So I feel much better. So this is good. But yes, definitely, check it out. Sign up, express interest. It'll all be free. The schedule will be posted on that website. And we're aiming for... we're going to start by promising to cover 8 hours a day over the 3 days that it's scheduled for, which is, I believe, June 25th through 27th. And we're going to try to have kind of 3 parallel streams going.
Hello, Daz.
Hey, Daz. And hey, Moon. I don't think we said hi to Moonflower when they showed up. So, right? But the idea is we're going to have one that's kind of about the craft of writing, one that's about the business of writing, and one that's about the technicalities of, writer, like streaming platforms and stuff like that.
Mute this for a second.
What?
Mute this for a second.
Mute this. Oh, you got a cough. Okay, just a second. Okay, no, sorry about that. I was wrong. Jamie was talking to us, so.
Yeah.
And hey, Bob, good to see you. Yeah, so that's coming up, and there'll be more information about it. The planning committee is listed on there, but among them we have Coffee Quills, who, of course, if you guys are...
Like we give a shit about that son of a bitch.
Nobody cares about how you get your jollies, man. Nobody gives a shit here. Oh, Stretch got it.
I think.
Yep, somebody got it. He's been banned already. Thank you. Yeah, we don't... I don't have anything against sex, but that's not the first thing you say. Or porn, for that matter. But don't say that's the first thing you do when you come in the fucking channel. Come on. Good job. Thank you, Stretch. Yeah, so, where was I?
I don't know. We got distracted by porn stars.
Porn stars, right. Porn stars are distracting. But, yeah, it's, right, I was talking about the planning committee. Okay, so Coffee Quills, who you guys will know as an Anvilite streamer and one of the planning committee for Game of Tones, right? She's the one who kind of put us all together. It's not my baby. I'm not in charge, right? I'm one of the people who are helping to organize. So other people on the committee include author Brian Liu, who also has his own channel. You should check it out if you haven't already, if you're into writing. It was his brainchild, right? Author Goddess and I had been talking about doing something similar, so when there was mentioned to us, we jumped on it right away. Leon is our, and that's Lethan, if you've, it looks like Lethan, but Leon is how it's pronounced, apparently it's Celtic, right? She is an Anvilite streamer, she's a writer, you probably know her from Game of Tones too. She wasn't in the planning committee, but she's a very active presence, and she is our web mistress and tech person, right? We also have Itanshi and Mezzo9, who are among the people responsible for the Twitch Writers Network, right? And have I forgotten anybody? I'm not sure. I hope I have not. If I have, I apologize.
Don't ask me.
Stretch says, got him. I was deciding between fire and acid. Right, the 3 topics. Yeah, 3 separate streams, right, that will, I don't mean streams in terms of like individual streaming channels. I mean kind of 3 threads of types of events, right? So that's what we're gonna go for to start with. If we can, we're gonna fill 24 hours for those 3 days. So that really depends on the kind of participation we get, and how many people are ready to present stuff, right? So Siobhan says, well, if you used fire, I dropped the acid on him. Been reported. Good job. See, these are our mods, and they're wonderful people, and they do a great job. So thank you very much, Stretch and Siobhan.
Yes.
Excellent. This channel would not function without you. Let's just be honest here. Okay, so...
Boosted stream is up.
Nice! This is a good stream to boost if people want to get behind it. That kind of tells people what's going on and all the stuff that we do, so that would be awesome. So throw in your channel points, guys!
I think it's already being boosted. They're boosting this stream.
Oh, okay, I see. I see, so it's already the advertising. Okay, never mind. Cool. Cool! This is good. Alright, yes, so the other big news thing that we have going on is that we are going to be part of a group challenge, right, which I think everybody except Games GM, and I don't know if he's collecting it for his channel or not because he's not an affiliate yet, so fill me in there, Stretch, but we are doing a world building challenge, and all the people involved are there. It's going to be RPG Dinosaur Bob, who I saw in the chat, DM Stretch, obviously you've seen him, Games GM, you've seen him, Kahuna the Elder, I'm sure most of you are familiar with him, right? And Erin and I, and we are going to create a one-shot adventure for you live on stream, right? We're in the process of, we're taking a hint from the 24-hour charity stream that writer Greg did. We're going to set up a series of polls. We're going to ask you things like, what genre would you like us to create this adventure in? What system do you want us to use? Stuff like that, right? So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. This is such a great group of people. I was really honored to be asked.
Yeah, Games first stream is on Saturday.
Right. Okay.
Right, and they're still trying to make affiliate.
Right.
Right. So I forgot to talk to Dimmy today.
We'll talk to Dimmy now when you get done here.
Yeah. Well, no, I meant to on stream. But
Right. Okay, so yes, Game's first stream is on Saturday. It will directly follow the World Anvil community stream. So make sure you catch it, guys. All right, and please go support his channel. Get him to affiliate so that we can get him up to the channel points so that we can do our challenge, right? Because that would be awesome. I'm very excited about it. Also, make sure you support DM Stretch. Now, granted, he hasn't been streaming as much as the rest of us.
Yeah, fool. I mean,
right? But he still needs to collect his 100,000 points. That is what we each need for the various community challenges. So make sure you stop in when he's on and support him so that we can do this, because I really want to do. I think this is going to be fun. And now let's see. Moonflower says, "Sorry, but another question." And thank you for putting the question in all caps. Guys, you have a question, that's how you get noticed. Put it in all caps and we'll notice it, right? Can you preview what something looks like published on manuscripts, or do you have to just publish it? You do have to just publish it, I am afraid, right? But I don't think you can just preview it. But what I would do if you're trying to try something out and you're not sure it will work is publish it privately first, right? And then alter it from there. And then you don't have to show people the behind the scenes stuff, right? So, let's see. Yeah, just to mess with the other GMs, I would say World of Darkness, says Siobhan. Well, that's my wheelhouse. So, in that, it actually, whatever system is picked will kind of decide what our roles are going to be in the course of it, right? Obviously, if you pick World of Darkness, I'm probably going to be the one doing a lot of the systems, right? Otherwise, I'm more likely to be one of the people coming up with the story, right? So, and, you know, Stretch will do the bad guys, right? Erin will, like, do a lot of the NPCs. You know, Bob will probably do the maps, you know, right? I don't know, I'm just theoretically, right? But yeah, it'll be fun. And now Stretch is at 32%. Okay, that's good to know. And he has had to cancel a lot lately because his life's been kind of chaos. I know.
It'd be rather awkward for me if it isn't Pathfinder or D&D since Stretch. It's all he's familiar with.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Won't matter. Game systems are, you know, the principles behind games are pretty universal.
Yeah, it's universal. It'll
be fine.
Easy.
Yeah. Of course, you guys would probably fuck me up and do something like Twilight 2000, wouldn't you? Yeah. Riffs. Do not make me do riffs. I will hate you forever. Okay. All right. So I've been talking for a while. Hi, Kajitan. Good to see you. Merps. Yeah. Gerps. Yeah. Even Gerps is better. Okay, so what have you got going on? It's probably should be your turn to talk for a bit.
Fuck all.
I got more to do, but fuck all, he says. You're helpful.
No, I've been working on converting nistlings.
Yes, nistlings. Right. That's very exciting.
Which I have come up with 30 different types of nistlings.
For those who may be tuning in or seeing this later on YouTube and you're not familiar, one of our Anvilite community members and regular viewers, Dazzlecat, invented a race called nistlings that are basically an adaptation of kobolds, but with some significant differences. Coolerness. We really liked it. We asked her permission if we could use them in our world. She said yes, which is awesome, and we really appreciate that. So Erin has been coming up with versions for our world, Draconia. Now, you haven't heard a lot about Draconia, but Draconia is technically part of the Toy Soldier Saga universe, and it was like our first ever game world. Like, just out of high school, my boyfriend and I, at the time...
Previous to me.
Yeah, well, I would say Erin if it were Erin, but my boyfriend and I originally came up with it and started inventing stuff for it. And then after I broke up with my boyfriend at the time and got together with Erin, he added
Fixed the retarded stuff that he did.
True. I can't even deny that, actually. He was kind of a Monty Hall GM.
Yeah.
So he fixed a lot of the systems and stuff and then came up with his own ideas for it. And so it's been around for a long time. Longer than the Toy Soldier Saga itself. But we made them one of the major player character races in the universe. They tend to have kind of a neutral position between the elves and the orcs. Right? And they're powerful enough that even though they're very localized in a couple of systems, people leave them the fuck alone. Right? So
because on maps it says here be dragons.
Yeah.
And they mean it.
Because it's full of dragons. Do you guys want to see some Illyri figurines that I made on Hero Forge? And do you want to see some of the Nistlings that Erin has been making? We'll show them to you if you're interested. Okay, now, let's see. DM Start says, hey, I have a core book for the One Ring RPG. I haven't even looked at that. I would be lost. I would be better used coming up with scenarios in the Tolkien world that way. And stuff out of history. Because I actually read the Silmarillion, and I enjoyed it.
I did too. I did not.
First edition D&D for the win, says Bob. I could do first edition D&D. I am familiar enough with that I could do that. Yep.
Yeah.
Kajutan says, greetings from Poland, which has completely returned to the Dark Ages. Oh, okay, more civil unrest and stuff? Sorry to hear it. Holy crap, says Daz. 30?
Yeah, 30 races.
Yeah, well, every draconic subtype in Pathfinder has a Nistling equivalent, and the same also holds true of our Illyri. Although our Illyri, they're the dragon people. Yeah, I've explained the Draconians, right? They're the major player character race there. They, they started as first edition D&D, actually. This is how long ago this was.
Yeah.
No, first edition. I'm not talking AD&D. I'm talking first edition D&D. That's where Oolong and all them came from.
AD&D.
No.
First edition was AD&D.
Oh, okay. Well, no, AD&D was second edition, babe.
No.
It didn't. Oh, whatever.
It's called AD&D in the first edition.
Solve the argument, Bob. But yeah, that's where they started. But we converted to second edition almost immediately after. I will. Right. So, but yeah, this is how long ago they were. So that we're, there's new Illyri now that are appearing that have never existed before because we're adapting to the Pathfinder. So. Now here's a true test Dark Crystal RPG, says Siobhan. Haven't read it.
Not out yet.
Well, then we can't use it, can we? That's not fair. Alessandro Ortego says, saludos desde España. Hello from Spain, I think is what that means. Well, welcome. And I'm sorry that
Hola.
I have no Spanish at all. I'm absolutely...
You just heard the extent of mine.
Yeah, I have a little French, but I have no Spanish. I'm very sorry. But welcome, and we're glad to see you. Thank you for saying hello from Spain. This is our community stream. I think I've seen you before, though. Yes, you've been here before. I don't have to explain this to you. You've been here. Could talk to Janet about it, probably. The Dark Crystal RPG. You know that thing that Janet is doing, that Dark Crystal game system and prose writing for? I saw the call for submissions to that and seriously thought about doing it. So it's very interesting. It's really cool that she is doing it. That is really neat. Yes, please. Okay, and saw the Nistlings yesterday. They want to see our stuff, so we will show you. DM Stretch says, I was lost with the One Ring. It's ridiculous. Scrolling back again. Combat alone is flicking back and forth between 4 pages that aren't even together. Yeah, that's like running World of Darkness combat. That's what those books are like. I get those books and I put sticky tabs on the ends of them so I can find the shit I need. But yeah, their books are, not well designed for combat. Siobhan says, yeah, abortion bans, talking about Poland. Sorry to hear it. I would be probably blowing things up. probably I would be, I'm not even kidding about that, by the way, because hell no, I have a whole soapbox about that. Yeah, DM Start says, yeah, as far as I know, the D&D editions start with AD&D.
There is no Dungeons and Dragons First Edition. Well, there is, but it's not called Dungeons and Dragons First Edition. It's just called Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. So that was like back in the early 70s or something, apparently,
Yeah,
which I never played
1970s.
at all. I can't say I had anything to do with that. Kajitan said, and thank you, Moonflower, for clarifying too. I appreciate that. So I lose the argument. That's fine. Thanks, guys.
One day she'll learn not to argue these things with me.
Well, maybe. All right.
I'm a font of useless information.
Kajitan says the Constitutional Court's decision about almost complete abortion ban was officially published yesterday. Yeah, I'd be blowing shit up. Right? Okay, basically this is mine, right? This is mine. I was born with this and I get to keep it. So you don't tell me what I get to do with this. You just, no, you don't get to. So I would not have it. Right, there was some Conservative Party people who were talking about the abortion issue again in Canada, which has been settled for 30 years.
Yeah, we should say we have no laws on it.
Yeah, there's no laws. And actually, we have less abortions in Canada per capita than the United States does. Right? Because people don't get abortions as birth control. They do it if they feel it's necessary. Right? And it's hard. So you don't need to be, it doesn't need to be regulated, in my opinion. It's been working just fine unregulated here. So, anyway. D&D First Edition was the one where elf was a class, not a race. Okay, actually, then I did play that, because I played that in the red box set. Right. I didn't lose the argument. You were both right. No, he was right. He was trying to say that, and I was not trying to say that, so he was right. Siobhan says, if she didn't argue, how would the two of you get along? Well, I'll tell you one thing is that I don't want somebody as a partner who's just going to agree with everything I say because something is wrong there. Right, so... DM Stretch
she wants no yes men. If she says no, she wants everybody to say no.
That's right. No. DM Stretch says, I saw a rather long YouTube video about how D&D and Games Workshop started back when they worked together. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was one of many bitter splits in D&D history. Yeah. Kajitan says, but a group of old men feels a need to control women's bodies and decisions. Yeah, because it's easy for them, isn't it? Hey, I got a theory about this. You want to ban abortion? All right, here's my theory. You get every boy at the age of 16 gets to go in for surgery to get the temporary vasectomy done.
16, 13.
No, they give them a couple years, but 16, right? And then they go in and that gets done, and it gets done to every boy because, hey, if you're going to legislate my body to control reproduction, you can legislate their bodies too. And that would be fine. Then I would be perfectly okay to accept that because, hey, then both people are taking responsibility and having their bodies controlled, so fine. But they're not going to do that, so they can kiss my ass. Anyway.
Oh, so she rewards them.
Ah, well. Yeah, Games Workshop is Warhammer. That is correct, Kajitan. Also, a lot of figurines that have nothing to do with Warhammer, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll show you the stuff. I don't know what my window is currently on here. Oh, well, it's on the Patreon. Okay, so we need to fire up Hero Forge. If the stream kind of goes for a minute, you know what happened, because it's Hero Forge and it's kind of a memory hog. But we haven't downloaded all of them yet. I guess you guys might as well watch the whirly bird thingy go around. I apologize for the wait. Alright. So I guess we'll do some of the Illyri first. I've done a couple of different versions of this character, but this was the first major Illyri character that I played. Click. Like I said, huge memory hog. Okay, open. So this is Oolong Tesseract Troy at the current age that he is, which is to say, kind of an immortal bastard. As you can see, he's a roguish type. Also, he was kind of his world's Marco Polo. He went to their Asian areas, although I'm going to have to do kind of a major redesign of those because originally we incorporated Oriental adventures, and obviously in our current awareness of cultural appropriation and racism, this is no longer appropriate, and we are going to need to come up with something else. So I will come up with something equivalent that is, you know, not lumping all the Asian cultures together into one place, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
So, just gonna double check the chat here. Yeah, okay. Who should I show next?
Sure.
This is one of Erin's characters, Andy Alira. Clearly, they are related to fairy dragons. She's a paladin. She is the funnest character. She is Oolong's kind of grim and you know, dour, and she is a ray of sunshine. Doer? Gray and doer. Yeah, but she is a ray of sunshine. She's just like apocalyptically optimistic, as Coffee Quill says. She is one of the major... She's like a divine avatar of the goddess of music and, you know, well, butterflies and love and things. Who is this chick?
Coming up here.
This is Carmen Dragon's song. She was originally mortal. She's... Oh, I forgot to color a claw there. I better do it. She is Oolong's sister, actually.
She was elevated to the role of goddess of music.
Yes, you know what? I'm going to color that right now, actually, while I remember, because I'll forget. So, excuse me while I do that. But...
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
So slow. I hope our frames aren't dropping. Well, some are, apparently. I hope everything's not, like, sticking. Okay. And I think the tips of her wings were copper. No. Yep, that's the match. Okay.
Save.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. All right, and let's see. So this is Tazarak the Elder. He is a paladin. He used to be the king, but the way their system works, he's no longer the king because it's believed to
Now he
be
eats humble pie.
yeah. It's believed to be divinely chosen, right? So when the monarch, who is traditionally female, is when they die, their hubby is like, I mean, he's still a court noble and whatnot, and he gets to live in the castle and all that stuff, but the title is Dowager King, right? But he's not the king anymore, right? He's a Sapphire Illyri. And I've got a younger version of him too, but this is what he's like as an older man, which I kind of like my character's age. For comparison, this is a blue-winged Illyri. This is Kyliki of Sanctuary. Whoop. When she comes up, and she is a leader of a new religious order, which is kind of a challenge to the existing system of theocracy in the nation that she is a part of, so that's kind of fun. Anyway, it's probably enough Illyri, eh? I think you guys get the idea about how they work now.
Yeah.
Let's look at some Nistlings. And before I do that, let's make sure I've missed nothing important in the chat. Yeah. Games Workshop started just by adding miniatures to roleplay and went from there. Well, that's a simplified version anyway. Yeah, it's true. Siobhan says, I wish Hero Forge had a moose antlers option. They have stuff that looks very similar. I tried some antlers on. Okay, not getting into the cross chat.
Do you have Tesseract? She says. No, we don't have Tesseract, and there's not either Tesseract. There's only one.
Yeah, Tesseract, by the way. It's a T.
Unless you're trying to say Tazerac, in which case she just showed one and the other one's in there too.
Yeah, the other one's in there. We can show him to you if you want. He's the guy that's next to him there. But I don't, I was like, we should look at some Nistlings now, right? But Kajatan says, but cultural appropriation doesn't mean you can't use any cultures. You only have to do it with respect and intelligence. Exactly, right? So but I haven't taken the time to rewrite it yet. So I would like to take a more respectful approach, right? So.
Tazerac.
I was Tazerac. Okay. Later, she says, hello, Ashes. Good to see you. Thanks for lurking. And yes, we're having well, aside from the fact that my mouth hurts from dental work, I am having a great day. I think it would go bruised.
No, I didn't punch her in the face.
No, dental work. Yeah.
No matter how much she deserves it.
It wasn't too bad, thank you, though, Ashes, today, honestly. They froze me up pretty good, but they did have to do a pretty deep filling, so I think it's bruised. Right? Is there an opal wing Nistling? Yeah, Sable got repaired. Yes, pretty much. That's exactly what happened.
Is there an opal wing Nistling? I haven't quite decided on that yet.
Potentially.
Potentially.
All right, you know what? We will look at, just because this is a subject of multiple discussion here. This is Tazerac the second, right? As he calls himself.
First one.
Named for the first one. No relation, right? Who, see, they believe that their leaders are divinely chosen by this color of wing, which is supposed to be opaline. And originally it corresponded to radiant dragons in D&D. Right? So he, it's supposed to be a female born with those wings, but there wasn't any and for a long time, and then there was a male born with these wings. So he became the Illyri, is traditionally the Empress. He's a farmer. As you can see, he's his chosen weapons are beating people with post hammers. You know, and actually this brings a lot of social change in the society, which is all kinds of fun for world building.
Yeah.
So, and that would be an opal wing. So if they're talking about opal-winged nistlings, they would likely look like this, which is designed to be like their black opal color.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it was going to be more of a white opal color, but
white opals are cheap.
That's true. Fire opals are worth more money. All right, here's our nistling folder. We got shit tons. Who am I looking at?
Let's see, what do I want to show them? Show them the crystal nistling.
Crystal nistling, right here. I like this one, actually. Well, I like them all. I think he's done an amazing job with these. I love it. I love how transparent the wings look. I think that's spectacular. But you've got all kinds of jewel colors in them, because, hey, crystals come in a variety of colors.
Yeah.
These are psionic powers that he's using, I understand.
Yeah.
Look at how sparkly he is. My goodness. He pretty. I like his grin.
And rose-colored glasses.
And his rose-colored glasses. Those are pretty bitchin'.
Okay, what are the nestlings? You can get a noble, I guess, if you're showing the amethyst one. This is like really the height of civilization for nestlings.
Hi, how you doing? Looks like a used car salesman with that smile.
He should. He is sort of a used car salesman.
Politician, right?
Yeah.
Yep, love it. I hope you're liking this, Daz. I should probably check the chat here. Very nice, says Daz. Yeah. Okay, so Stretch will not be around for your stream tomorrow, he says.
Oh.
Also sucks I'm not around tomorrow as I have a new stat block to show you. Damn.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, thanks for the warning. Maybe Siobhan will be around, and if not, I guess I'll have to mod. Alright. Thank you for the update. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The heads up is good.
The other ones I really like. You can show me the brass or the copper one. Those are nestlings that take after kypes.
Which one, the brass or the copper?
Brass.
Okay.
Called yippers, keepers of history. And tellers of the stories.
That's pretty spectacular, honey. I like that.
Yes. Orated.
I like it. Okay, figure we'll show him one or two more.
That's good enough.
Good enough? Okay. So there you go. You get the idea of what we're up to. Let's see. I made a bunch of uniforms. I'm not going to show you all the details, but I made a bunch of uniforms, so you may have seen, to update information on the Avalonian Imperial Navy. They're not in order, but as you can see, I made a bunch. I got the idea from Barbarossa.
Thanks, Sparkles.
And then I made the Marine uniforms, and this was more relevant to our Toy Soldiers old school game, because of course they are all Marines. Oh yes, and I updated the website. You probably would like to look at that. But here are the various characters from that game. One of them in their regular, civvies, and one of them in their uniforms. And I did a group of the ones in their civvies are attached to their name tags, which appear around our image or block in the when we're doing our game, right? And the ones in their uniforms appeared in a group picture, which I will show you. Toy soldiers, old school homepage. There we are. So I've been working on updating this page. Right, so we're trying to get our characters updated to the current level that they are. They're not all done yet, but we are working on it. And I updated the group image. Hey, I'm behind too. Celine needs 2 levels, so. It's slow to load because I also added all of the old recordings of the games to the sessions that they were associated with. Right? So it's a bunch of video that's loading. Also, our channel shows up on this page, but there's the group picture. That picture I calculated took me about 75 hours between designing all the uniforms, making the characters, putting them on the characters, and doing the photoshopping. So, I hope you fucking like it. Okay. And there we are. I've got to get this page pretty quick because it'll be a pain in the ass to... Come on now. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. There we go. Okay, so you'll see that all the different sessions are here. And the appropriate video for them also will now be associated, so you can just play it and catch up on any episode that you have missed, with the exception of episode 0 that I still have not completed fixing the sound for, but I will upload that as soon as it is done. As soon as I have fixed the sound for episode 0, it will also be available as a part of the audio RSS for those of you who are subscribed to our Patreon, where you get the audio benefits. So, I'm not making a promise as to when that'll be done. I expected it to be done long before this, and it really is a matter of when I happen to have the time. So, but when it does appear, I will let you know, and then you will be able to listen to it like a podcast. So,
there you go.
That's the thing. So we've been catching up. I've been working hard. Like I said, administrative stuff. I've been doing a lot of that sort of thing. And now I will shut that page off. And we will go back to the chat.
Back to the chat. We will do what I say when I say. James, you want to bed?
Okay. Yeah, oh good. Daz is pleased by your work. Excellent. Also a bit relieved that I can keep on with my primitive nistling styles without worry. Yeah!
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's, like... I don't...
They're your thing!
They're your thing. I'm not stepping on you. I'm just...
We have to adapt to you, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I would like to know the answer to that question too. Kazjatans asked Daz, how does it feel to have a species of your creation being adapted to other settings? I should have put this back on the downtime. We'll put it back there. There we go. Yeah, Stretch has a friend in his bubble staying with him again this weekend. That's why he'll be busy. So he can't even lurk, though, because his computer's upstairs, and so he can't lurk on mute. Dad says, Kazjatan, it's really great, and it's perfect as my nistlings are the ancestors to Erin's. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And if someone doesn't like it, they will be tracked down and paid a visit, says Kazjatan. I don't know what that was in response to. Okay, James is going to bed. Please give my regards to Victoria. I will.
Next time we're there.
Or next time I talk to my dad, who lives in Victoria. So, have a good night, James. Always good to see you. Lappin' for life. We'll see you later. Oh, it was to the picture. And if anybody doesn't like it, they'll be tracked down and paid a visit. Yeah, I hope you fucking like it. Yeah, I know. It took, I don't know. I mean, I had to do a bunch of the preliminary stuff to making the picture anyway, so that's kind of an exaggeration, but if you put it all together, yeah. The 75-hour image, yeah. By the nestlings, need to make sure there are no problems. Yeah. Siobhan says, or when I talk to my sister, Uvik. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I think that's what we've been doing.
Yep.
I've been editing a few good elves slowly. You've probably seen that on the Diane Writes and Diane Actually Writes streams. Today I'm going to be working on editing or doing like the first pass edit for book 2. So that's what
I'm going to be working on watching Young Turks.
Yeah. This is the only problem with this slot is I miss Young Turks. But, oh well, I can watch it later. But, yeah, so that's what I'll be working on today, and I've been working at that steadily. So a lot of editing and a lot of catching up on administrative stuff. I am doing the Hero Challenge, but I'm struggling with it. I'm really not feeling it anymore at the moment. You know? Oh, and I almost forgot to show you the rank insignias that Barbarossa created for us, which you must see. You must see. Must. He tried to show me how to do this yesterday, and I could not figure it out. This, it didn't frickin' work. And I don't know why it didn't frickin' work. So I did something different, but... Okay, so... Avalonian Imperial Navy. Now I may have to reload this page, because I think I've had this up for a bit. No, I don't. Okay, good. Now, these rank insignias were made by Barbarossa, who volunteered to do them, and I really appreciate that, so make sure you go and support him. The link to his author page at World Anvil is underneath this table that was made. Oh, and I did a whole bunch of work with this table and then rejected it for an old-fashioned table because I couldn't make a bunch of other things work. So I went, fuck it! Right, so here's our enlisted ranks. Right? Brief description of what they do. All of these titles will have links to individual articles over the next little while that will tell you more about that particular rank, who holds it, what their jobs are, how you get that rating, etc. Right? And then here are the officers' ranks. They start with brass crescents, and then by commander you get a little mithril star with your brass crescent, and then the mithril starts at captain. This is mithril, not silver. Right, all the way up to the High Admiral who runs the whole damn Navy. I thought they were beautiful.
Hold on.
There will be Marine versions of this as well. I'll probably just use the same images, only I'll color them Marine red or black. Right? Yeah, and they won't go as high because they answer to the higher ranks of the Navy.
Yeah. Probably only go as high as commander.
Maybe Rear Admiral, right? Like the Lieutenant Colonel of the Marines might have equal rank to a Rear Admiral.
Oh, okay. In our system, he only has the same rank as Lieutenant Colonel.
Well, there's no such thing as Lieutenant Colonel here.
Right, which is commander.
Well, I'll work it out. But the point is, he's the guy who's in charge of the whole Marine Corps, but the Marine Corps answers to the Navy, which is kind of a different thing from the real world. Like, I loosely based these on the Royal Navy and the Royal Marines, right? And in our world, the Royal Marines were originally part of the Army that were temporarily, like they were assigned on a temporary basis as needed to the Navy when they needed ground soldiers, right? Or people to provide security or repel borders. That's their job, right? But over time, they became their own separate corps because they needed them on an ongoing basis as the Navy and Marine power became of greater and greater importance in our world, and still is of great importance, right? But
let me switch to the other screen.
Sorry. In this world, right, they answer to the Navy because there hasn't really been an army for the Empire in a very long time. So. Oh, hey, Laura. Welcome.
Vasamasti.
Yay, editing. And hello, Vasamasti. Good to see you. Moonflower says, I had to ask how to add an icon to my World Anvil article. I feel almost dumb at how simple it was. Speaking that it was from RPG. Awesome. If you don't know, you're not dumb. Just ask a question.
No such thing as dumb questions.
You should have seen me asking questions about the table I didn't even end up using. Like, I was like, how do I change the hover color for the mouse? You know? The CSS people are going, no worries. Like, what? But I'm not one of these CSS people.
Okay, well, I'm going to take off.
Well, we're just about done. Right? What's coming up?
What's coming up for me? Gem Dragons.
That's what you're working on next is Gem Dragons? Awesome.
Yep. And then I'll be handing them over to Stretch to convert them to 5th edition.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Stretch has been actively converting a lot of our stuff to 5th edition D&D for us. So he's now one of the writers on the Toy Soldier Saga. So welcome him aboard because he's amazing. So yes, we're going to be working on that. I'm still going to be working on editing. I'm going to be getting ready for this conference. And I have a story that is going to be published this weekend. Right? I sold it like a year ago. It will appear at there it is, the Lesbian Historic Motif podcast. I got paid professional rate for this story. Right? And it's basically consciously written in the style of a medieval romance. Only it has a little bit of fantasy in it. It's very low fantasy because I don't write anything that doesn't have a speculative element of some kind, right? And it's called A Soldier in the Army of Love, and that will appear this Saturday. So I hope you guys will check it out. The Lesbian Historic Motif podcast does a variety of things. Like it doesn't just do fiction. It does fiction, but it also does like the history of lesbians, famous lesbians in history, talks about reading literature, and lesbian-related literature and whatnot. And, it's a really cool podcast, actually. I learned a lot from it. So, and then they're available anywhere. Podbean, Apple, Google, YouTube, whatever. So, get it wherever you get your podcasts. Right? I'm sure there must be something I have forgotten, but that is what I remember. I haven't been doing readings on my Patreon, and I apologize for that, but the reason why is because my throat's been bad because of my infected tooth. So I have one more appointment to get this tooth done at the beginning of March.
She won't stop me.
Nope. No, I won't. This is your job too. Yeah, so hopefully this will be fine now, but I just haven't had the voice, right? My throat runs out because it's sore because of the infected tooth. So hopefully this solves the problem, but if not, those will resume in March. Sorry about the delay.
Dream has been boosted.
Yay! Woot! And thank you guys for supporting that, by the way. And the, hydrate. Good idea. I'm out of hydrate, so I'll have to caffeinate, but hail caffeinate. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, because I think actually that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Unless you have any questions at this point, and we'll let Erin go. I'll bellow at him, or he can answer in the chat.
Yeah, I'll answer in the chat. I'm off.
Okay, getting sore?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, make sure you keep hydrated. It would suck so bad to be dehydrated with an infected tooth. Thanks, Moonflower. Yeah, it would. It would. So, yes. Yeah, but that's what we're immediately working on. We're still on track to publish for September A Few Good Elves. I'm still looking for a cover artist, but I have some leads. The Kickstarter, I hope, will be in May. So keep your eye out for that, and, you know, let people know, build some buzz, because I'm going to need your help to pay for the cover artist. It's going to be the big expense, right? But your cover sells your book, and it's very important. And I think one of the reasons why I've struggled in some areas before is the lack of good cover, right? The Witch's 8 Paths of Power did not struggle, and I think that the cover had a great deal to do with it. So I'm going to invest some money. I'm going to get a real cover design, you know, something that is really going to say what the book's about. And unfortunately, it's very difficult to do it from pre-made covers or stock images because, you know, sailing ships in space with elves, you can't find that shit, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Laura. I agree completely. And she knows, because she's also a professional writer. If you have not checked out her channel, she has lots of amazing stuff about writing and the craft of writing and the business of writing, and you should definitely do that, right? But she says, covers do matter. We totally judge a book by it. Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Kajutan says, will the book be available as an ebook? Absolutely, it will be available as an ebook. I published through a combination of Amazon and Ingram Spark. It will be available on pretty much any ebook platform you might want in Mobi, PDF, or EPUB. And it will also be available as a paperback, and there will be some limited hardcover availability as well. I may leave that as a Kickstarter supporter thing. So we'll have to see. But yes, hardcovers too. Yeah, you bet. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today for our stream. As always, if you'd like to support the channel and any of the work we're doing, our Patreon is there. We also have a coffee. You can find the link on our front world pages for Toy Soldier Saga and Wyrd West, right? And I'm going to shut this down briefly, and then it's going to go back up in a couple of minutes, and we're going to do Diane Actually Writes, where we're actually going to do some writing sprints, and I'm going to shut my face. Kajutan says, one more stupid question. Any plans for translations for the Toy Soldier Saga? I am trying to get as many translations as I possibly can. You and I might have to talk, my friend. We might have to make some deals. Sable, have I ever heard of Linktree? No. What is Linktree? Zypax says sprints. Yes, definitely sprints. We're gonna do sprints. I got work to do. We're gonna work. I'm gonna enjoy it. I hope you guys will work with me. Tell me about what you're working on and stuff too. And we'll encourage each other. I'm not a translator, I was asking out of curiosity. I'm working on getting as many translations as possible. But translation is not cheap. So primarily what I've been doing in order to do that is I've been making arrangements where I edit for somebody who's writing in English, when English is not their first language, right? And they translate for me. It's about the same amount of work. And, you know, so I basically trade it by word count. So if you know anyone who would be interested in making that deal with me, I will translate it to any language you want. And I'm the more the merrier. I may join you for sprints, says Laura. Excellent. Cool. DM Stretch says, Linktree is all your links in one place, worth checking out. Just give people one link and they can find everything from there. That's a good idea. I should have done that ages ago. I will do that. That's a project I'm going to take on over the next month. I'll set that up. You may have a translator lead, says Laura. That's excellent. Okay, great. Thank you. So far, Showdown has been translated into German. That's the first story in the Wyrd West Chronicles. And it is being translated into Dutch. So I hope to have those up soon, but I have to do editing in return for that, and I'm not going to post them until the editing is done. It's not fair. So if you know other people who speak other languages who would be willing to chat about that, that's great. Any language is fine. The more the merrier. I want things to be accessible. I'm especially interested in translating into French because I am Canadian. This is a bilingual country. I do not speak enough French to do it well. I can follow the street signs and ask where the bathroom is when I am in Quebec, but I am not capable of translating. So, let me know. Thank you for any lead in that department. Anybody. I'm totally happy to make those kind of agreements. So, okay. This has been fun. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again in a few minutes. We're going to shut this down. I'll turn it back on. I have to move some things around, and I have to change the marquee thing, and then we'll do it. Moonflower has some people who may be interested. I'll have to ask. Excellent. Let me know. I always have stuff that needs editing. We can work something out. Or translating, or I'm always willing to edit. Yeah. Okay, good night, Kajitan. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for joining me today, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month, the last Thursday of the month, at the regular time. And I'll see you again in a few minutes.